Well, good morning. Good morning from Valley Acres. We're off and riding on our Himiway D5. And we're kicking along in sport mode. I'm not sure what the hell that is. Should be like levels 1 to 5. Keep it simple for us. Turbo is 5, I guess. Yeah, the battery's freshly charged. It's already dropped to 53.8 volts. And we haven't even made it but maybe a couple tenths of a mile. But yeah. But here we are riding along on our Himiway D5. And we kicked her down into sport mode. And probably gear 4 maybe. We're going up the driveway here. I have no idea what the climb rate is here or whatever. What degrees? Probably 12% maybe. But it's a nice sunny afternoon here, even though we're here in fall. I put the new derailleur on there and we're pedaling on up the hill just fine. We'll pull over here for a picture opportunity. It's odd, this thing requires more pedal input, and I have it on cadence. My Favato's easier to ride. There it is. And here are the fine views from up here. We'll wander over here, get on the bike, and ride around to see if any new trees and stuff have blown down the trail for us. If they have, it's going to be another short ride. Definitely in cadence mode, but this cadence mode is not as bad as the sensor mode, but almost. Yeah, definitely not something that I don't ride very often. We'll kick her down here to Eco, as that's minimal assistance, and that's fine. Yeah, the suspension's okay. I wouldn't say it's... Yeah, that throttle's still pretty much of an off-on switch. But I have, or Himiway is sending me another throttle soon. It's on its way. It's coming from China. So it'll be here sometime or other. And here's the one picture opportunity place, but it's prettier up the trail a ways. Jeepers, it's on turbo, and I don't know, I came up here in my Vavato, and it's also a 750 watt, and it has more power than this guy. Shucks, that's in turbo mode, and it won't even start from a dead stop. It's kind of sort of moving, but not good enough. Well, shucks. Basically had to push it up the hill by hand. This is a gutless wonder. I'm here on flat ground, and in turbo mode, it kind of wants to move, but it don't. Yeah, my fingers were off the brake. Only good for flat trails, I suppose. And kind of mediocre at that. I'm going to put the kickstand down here, turn off the power, and see if maybe it gets better. But I've given this enough of a chance. I think they just sent me a lemon. As you can see, it's a nice sunny day out here, but I'm pretty much, this grade here might be, but it wouldn't even power up. Even in walk mode, it kept shutting itself off. So, yeah, okay. Well, we got recording on here. We'll try this fine thing going down the hill. It works fine going downhill. Of course, it would roll with no power going downhill. This is pretty weak. I think they just sent me a bike with a bad controller. Or I did replace the derailleur on it, but yeah, they're sending me a throttle, but yeah. It's supposed to be an e-bike, not a hike-a-bike. This is the hill that I had to push it up by hand. So that's why I'm calling a hike-a-bike. As you pretty much almost had to carry the doggone thing. Because even its power, when I was off the bike, would move for a few feet and then shut down. My Vavato is almost 2 years old, and it comes up this without any trouble at all. It's interesting. And I got a fresh charge in the battery. I have no idea what the voltmeter says on the battery now, because I haven't looked at the display. And I'm kind of paying attention so I don't run into something rolling off this hill. Because truthfully, going downhill is about the fastest I've been on this bike. It isn't very impressive at all. Oh, the battery voltage. Oh, it's 53 volts. And we haven't even gone a half mile from the house. That's pretty bad. And there's the throttle. I'll push down, nothing happens. Till you're almost clear open. Then it just comes on, and it's on. It's an on-off switch. So I'm guessing there's something wrong with that. Could be that there's something wrong with the controller. You don't even want to carry itself even by itself when you're walking alongside of it. It gives up like, oh my goodness, it's so steep. But this fat boy walks up right along just fine, side of it just fine. My old e-bikes, my Favado and stuff, rolls up there just fine. But oh well. So much for getting pictures with this guy. That suspension's kind of bouncy. It's probably out of adjustment for going over anything but nice level smooth ground like this. It is bouncy though, I'll give them that, but I wouldn't call it good. My Falcon is full suspension, and it gives a little bit, but also gives a little bit when I'm on the rough stuff or on the not so rough stuff. It seems to adjust just fine. But oh well. And that was out of the box. After I tuned it a little bit, it worked a little bit better on the trails. And it seems to be worked fine on the smooth, even stuff like this. But yeah, we'll take this back and park it. And they advertise a good, powerful bike, but what they sent me was something that has less power than my old bike. It's not even considered to be a trail bike. This one, I'm thinking probably it's a bad controller or a bad whatever. And I just, I am just not really into rebuilding their bikes for them. It's kind of ridiculous. And especially if all they wanted to send me was another 22 amp controller, because 22 amps is pretty doggone weak. I'd rather be able to climb a hill, climb a grade without too much effort, than having to pedal. If I wanted to pedal a bike, I got one of those already. That's why I've gone to e-bikes, because I didn't want to pedal so much. We'll kick it on up into turbo here. That's what they consider class 5, I guess. And we'll see if it makes up my driveway. Nope. I think the controller must just be slowly failing on this guy, because it's going like it has no power at all. I made it up pedaling hard, but you're not supposed to do that on an e-bike. Well, shuckers. I'll reach back down here, pull down the kickstand. We're back here in the yard, and I'll contact those fine Himiway support people and give them a report, because they asked for what it was. Well, that's from Belly Acres, and just a note, wish this bike had power, but it don't. We'll chat at you later. See you on down the road on my e-bikes, that I don't have so much freaking heavy breathing involved to make them go somewhere. This one is a lot of effort for being new and refined. A lot of the stuff on it is better, but power it lacks. Probably a bad controller. That's my thought. But oh well. We'll see what they say. Have fun.